Get ready with me today using a full face, well, almost a full face of Cezanne products. I've always characterized Cezanne in my head as kind of the more mature, demure, older sister of Can Make. I think Can Make is the Japanese drugstore brand that comes to mind most quickly when it comes to popularity and going viral and things like that, because they have more of a focus on cuter packaging. The prices are really affordable as well, but the same goes for Cezanne actually. I do think that sometimes it's a shame that Cezanne is lesser known or lesser hyped over. They're not as cute, they're not as trendy, you know, the packaging is a little more plain, a little more on the classic plain no frills side, but I think they're very reliable. The formulas are consistently really good and they do participate, they do release certain products based on recent makeup trends going around. Yeah, it's been a while since I've shown Cezanne, the brand as a whole, some love on my channel. I actually own so many products from Cezanne and I realized that I haven't used any of them in a while. And that is a shame, so we're going to put that to a stop today. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. I'm going to be using a cushion foundation from Cezanne. I have a face powder as well as, of course, an eyeshadow palette. I have several of Cezanne's palettes. Matter of fact, more than I can even count, but let's see if there's anything in here that, let's see if there's anything in here that can match the outfit or the dress that I have on today. And we're just gonna dive right in. So I'm gonna start off with my usual holy grail Etouce Face Edition Skin Base for oily skin. I did want to test out this cushion foundation on its own, ideally speaking, but I do have a lunch date planned for later this afternoon, so I'm gonna need my tried and true primer, or else, you know, it's not like my makeup would melt off my face and make me look a complete mess, especially now in winter. It's so cold outside, but I don't know, I just feel way more secure with this primer on. It really does make my makeup last so much longer and in better condition than if I didn't use it. So we're gonna go ahead and apply that. And now let's go ahead with the foundation. I have their original, it just says cushion foundation in the shade 10 light ochre. So at this moment they have two different formulations for their cushion line: the regular cushion foundation, which I have here, and then the chiffon fit cushion foundation, which is more of a matte formulation. So this one I'm assuming is more of the standard, just moist looking skin-like finish. I actually have no idea because I haven't touched this in so long. It has a really nice mild fresh scent, so I'm just gonna take some on the puff. So this has kind of like an obvious yellow undertone. Just keep that in mind if you're considering to pick this up. Unfortunately, there are only 3 shades available because Cezanne is still not super well known outside of Japan, but yeah. Okay, so that's not bad at all. I feel like it's a very natural skin-like finish. Decent coverage as well. I would say like between medium to full coverage. Definitely will cover up any problem spots like blemishes or whatnot. I don't have a Cezanne concealer, so I'm just going to use my regular Tier one. I will speed through all the non-Cezanne products. Okay, and I actually have a eyebrow compact from Cezanne, which I forgot about. This is the Nose and Eyebrow Powder Compact in the shade 06 Pink Brown. So there's actually a pink shade in the middle there. I feel like at the time I had pink highlights or something, a pink streak in my hair, and that's why I thought this would be a good idea to tie my eyebrows to my hair color. Yeah, I won't use the pink, I'll just use the browns, of course. And I remember this being actually quite a good eyeshadow powder. I like the natural effect that it gives. It's a very like light, fluffy, natural effect. The only reason I don't reach for this more often is that the powder is a little bit looser than I prefer. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of kick up when you pick up the powder on your brush. And I just feel like, you know, compared to my usual RMK powder that I use, that one gives me like the matte, fluffy, realistic eyebrow effect while staying super locked in place. Like I can count on this brow powder to stay on the whole day. It's not gonna migrate or rub off or anything unless I actively itch that area with my finger or something. This Cezanne powder, I don't have quite as much faith in it to stay put and not budge. I do feel like, you know, if I was in a tropical climate or something, I would not elect to use this palette because I feel like it could just rub off or migrate a little bit more easily than the RMK formula. But again, since it's winter and freezing cold outside in Tokyo, I think I'll be safe. Okay, you see how it does have that kind of like coppery red undertone, staying true to the pink theme, which makes sense because again, this is a pink toned palette. Yeah, I'm not crazy about the red undertones, but it's fine to step out in, and I do like the just the matte finish of the powder overall. So yeah, let's move on to eyeshadow. I wonder what would go with my dress better. I was debating between these two shadows. So Cezanne has quite a few different eyeshadow palette lines by this point. This one is from the beige tone eyeshadow line in Lilac Beige, and this one is the pearl tone eyeshadow in Shelly Pink. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah, I feel like these shades are a great match for my dress today, and I still get that metallic, slightly lilac topper shade. I wanted to go with this one at first because I was in the mood for something lilac toned, but I think this one matches my dress better overall. The Shelly Pink one. Yeah, I think we'll go with this one. The topper shade for this is still like a nice cool lilac, so I'll get my lilac fix that way. I really like Cezanne's mattes. They are matte without making your skin look like dried parchment paper. On the lids, they add just the right amount of color while still maintaining that skin-like sheen. So it looks like your real skin, except just enhanced with some really pretty shades. You don't really get the sense that you're wearing eyeshadow. So I'm gonna put the lightest pearly pink shade on the center of my lids, and then I will go in later with the darkest shade on the edges to create like a kind of a halo effect. And I say darkest shade, but you can see it's like barely a shadow against my natural skin tone. But that's the whole point of this palette, is to give just like a really barely there, no eyeshadow look. So I love the crushed glitter effect of this topper shade. You just have to be kind of careful though, because it tends to break apart in the pan. But yeah, this is not the most like adherable glitter or topper coat formula, but it's staying on there. As long as it stays on there for the most part, which it looks like it's going to, I am content. Now, I used to have a liquid glitter from Cezanne. I don't have it anymore, and I didn't repurchase because I don't like the way that it looks when it dries down. Like, it goes on really nice. It's a nice subtle finely milled sparkle with a clear base, but then when it dries down it gets kind of crackly. That's kind of the case with a lot of glitter liners, which is why I stopped using them in my tear bag area. I prefer to just go with a nice classic smooth, you know, satin powder nowadays. But yeah, I don't have any more eye products from Cezanne, so I'll just speed through the rest of my eyes and come back later for cheeks and lips. So I actually don't own any powder blushes from Cezanne at the moment. You know those really classic OG single color matte blushes? I imagine they have like shimmer formulations as well now, but I decluttered all of those from my collection a while ago just because I have other blushes that I prefer to use at the moment. Although those are great, although those are very, very affordable, I think they're like 400 yen or something crazy. So if you're looking for something truly just no frills, budget friendly, dependable, you get what you see, I would recommend those. But yeah, the only actual remaining face color product from Cezanne that I have in my collection right now is their Face Glow Color Duo in 01 Apricot Glow. This is a cream formulation, and it comes with a cheek color as well as a highlight color. This is actually really good. It's very easy to pick up and it looks very natural. Crap, I feel like I put that a little bit lower than I wanted to. But yeah, this gives you like a really nice lit from within glow. It has that very, very subtle shimmery quality to it, but it doesn't look overdone. So I really like the texture of this. I hope the color stays on throughout the day. And actually I forgot that I had this face powder in front of me. I probably should have put this on earlier. This is the Cezanne Kayana-less powder. Kayana means pore, so poreless powder in, it just says clear. Even though it's like white, it claims to be a clear translucent face powder. I wouldn't say it's all the way translucent, like obviously this is made for Asian skin tones, but it's just a standard mattifying powder. Very, very finely milled, so you barely feel it when you apply it on, which is good. It's completely scentless. I like how you can apply a really thin layer. I wouldn't say that this product is anything to write home about though. If you already have like a tried and true face powder that you love, definitely you do not need to be checking for this. Even as far as drugstore goes, this is a far cry from my favorite, which is by Etousse. See, I feel like it looks almost overly matte right now, but I'm banking on, I just like to apply it to my T-zone because I know that throughout the day this area is gonna get more oily. Like right now it almost looks overly matte because I didn't need it, but trust and believe probably within the next 2 hours it's gonna go back to not shiny, but like a normal skin-like state, moist looking state, if you will. Why do I feel like I'm so weird when I describe things? Like I cannot describe makeup in a normal, natural way. Okay, now finally we get to lips. I just like fixed my hair a little bit and I'm gonna put on some lip liner. So I have these 2 shades of the Cezanne Soufflé Lip. This is 01, 02. I'm gonna go with 02 French Rose because it's the pinkier one. This one is more of a terracotta. I remember back when I had like such a terracotta focused moment. I'm just not into it these days. I'm all about the pink. So this is like a semi-matte. Is this a matte formula? Okay, it says soft matte finish with a hint of shine. What do we think of that description? Does it fit? Methinks it fits perfectly. See, this is what I mean. Cezanne is just so reliable, you know? So reliable when it comes to their offerings, their formulas. You can expect to get what you see pretty much almost every time with Cezanne. And that's why she is still one of the undefeated OG Japanese drugstore brands. So this is the final look. I love how it looks so natural and it's basically just emphasizing my natural features. Even though you saw that I did put on a full face of makeup, the finished effect is not super heavy or anything like that. It just brings out a really nice, natural looking, healthy, youthful look. I don't have to worry about anything melting off or, you know, getting all messed up during the day. Even if the color fades, that's not going to mess up my look. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will link everything that I used down below in the description box. Thank you so much for joining me as always, and I will see you next time. Bye!